Hey guys, what's up? So, this is the vlog that I usually do when I am making a ton of figures, and then that showcase on those figures is about to go up, and then in a vlog I show you guys a quick look at them right before. But before I get into all that, I've got my buddy Joe here.
Hello.
Yeah, and he's here. He just basically stumbled up into his bedroom, which he answered the call when I'm like, hey man, vlog time. And yeah, so I guess we might as well just jump right into it. The Master Chief Collection and Assassin's Creed Unity and Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, which Joe's channel is pretty much entirely centered around now, is launching on Monday night, and I'm recording the Saturday night, so I guess tomorrow night for those of you guys watching it. And yeah, so Master Chief Collection figures. I made 5 total figures, even though I thought I was only going to be making 4, and then I managed to squeeze in Lord Hood. Let's get into it. So, Master Chief, I pretty much took Brickforge armor and a pair of legs and arms and just went all out and just tried to make the most out of Brickforge armor and just pretty much bring it as far as I think it can go by just painting it in about whichever way possible in terms of accuracy and things like that. That made this probably my best Master Chief figure to date. And also he's got the super awesome prototype Brick Arms rocket launcher with the aluminum tubes running through the center of it, which is incredible design work and molding work on Mr. Chapman's part over at Brick Arms. And this is just I am really happy with the way this turned out. This is exactly how I expected my Master Chief would look for my Halo 2 anniversary minifigures. So yeah, he's going to be in the showcase video. He's going to be the center of the showcase video. And then you'll also have my biggest and most challenging sculpted figure to date since Groot, and that would be the Arbiter. I made the Arbiter. I mean, you know, a few years ago, I never thought I was actually going to make the Arbiter because, I mean, a lot of people, you know, they do brick-built elites, which is totally awesome too, but I mean, I wanted to see what an elite would look like if it was made into a minifigure, and that did involve having to use Toy Story arms and legs, because if I do have a photo, but obviously it's not on my computer. If I showed you a photo of what the Arbiter looked like alongside the rest of the minifigures, he was shorter than everyone else, when really, he towers over everybody in the game. I think he's like 7'10", if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember his exact height. I know the Shipmaster is 7'10", but yeah, the Arbiter is massive, and I could not have him shorter than freaking Miranda Keys. So there was literally no other option. And I know a lot of you guys wanted me to use Darth Maul legs and then sculpt onto them, but honestly, why? Because this turned out to be super awesome after I painted it. And I mean, personally, I am really happy with the way the Arbiter turned out, and you get a pretty good look at him here, but you'll definitely get a much better look at him in the actual showcase video. And he's got the plasma rifle, which is made by my buddy Peyton, X39 Customs, and you can check out his site. It's actually X39 Brick Customs. He was the first to make Halo plasma rifles, and thank God he did, because they are definitely pretty awesome, and obviously I did fully paint it to the best of my ability. And so the Arbiter happened, and he's going to be in the showcase video alongside Sgt Johnson, and I don't know why he didn't happen up until this point, but this is Sgt Johnson in his new Halo 2 anniversary armor, and you can see that also includes having to pretty much paint on about everything like usual, but also having to glue on 6 tiny tactical pouches, which was very tedious and not fun, but I did it. And what also wasn't fun about making Sgt Johnson is his hat. I almost didn't make his hat. You guys might be familiar with the painter's hat, which is part of one of the collectible minifigure series. And I basically took that, sculpted onto the top of it until it was flat, and then I sanded it until it was flat. And then once all of that was done, I pretty much just sanded it a ton before I finally liked it and got the shape of Sgt Johnson's hat before finally painting it. Now, let me just tell you, that's just a rundown of the process and the way it would have gone if I did it, you know, first shot. But originally, it happened twice. I had painted the hat, and then I was like, oh wait, I need to sand this more, and then I took all the paint off, and then I was like, oh wait, this doesn't look right either. Took all the paint off, and I was just like, that happened twice before finally I was like, okay, there's his hat, and then his shoulder pads are sculpted, and his back is fully painted. And what's funny is 343, just in the nick of time, before I recorded the showcase, they released a good look, or a cinematic with a good look at Sgt Johnson's back. So I was like, yes, and I finally was able to paint his back, and it looked pretty awesome. But unfortunately, the same could not be said for his legs, as his legs are entirely my own design, and I pretty much had to completely wing them. And wing them, or just the legs were just winged. Yeah, there you go. How do I screw up terms like that? I, anyway, you can see he does have his cigar as well. And his cigar, my first time ever making a cigar, but it turned out pretty awesome. It's actually the tail end of a Lego minifigures paintbrush, and then I painted the part that obviously was cut. And this is what it looked like originally. And then I pretty much, like I said, just cut off the tail end of it and to make a pretty sweet looking cigar. And then he's got the Halo 3 battle rifle, also by Brick Arms, painted by me, and he'll be in the showcase as well. And I cannot believe it has taken me this long to make a Sgt Johnson minifigure. So glad I did, though. And you can also see that I did make Miranda Keys, as I mentioned, and I mean, you guys have seen these pretty much in previous vlogs. I was showing you guys the progress as I was making them. But when I showed Miranda Keys' hairpiece, I was so glad that you guys were actually okay with the hairpiece, but that you wanted me to add a little bit more curvature to the bang. So I did that in both corners, as I mentioned in the previous vlog, or it might have been the vlog before last. I don't remember, but you can see that I did paint on pretty much everything I could. But like the situation with Sgt Johnson, I could not actually see her back in any of the new cinematics, so this is all I could add on. And just the basic markings that you see on the backs of Lego minifigure torsos. She's got, speaking of torsos, this is the area-like curved torso in dark bluish gray, and then pretty much everything else was painted from there. And her hairpiece, let me just say, was a huge pain. Miranda Keys almost didn't happen because the hairpiece just gave me so much crap. It took me so many attempts. I actually mentioned it in the showcase video that it took me more attempts to make her hairpiece than the Arbiter and Sgt Johnson's sculpting work combined. So it was quite a show in terms of customizing for me. But yeah, and then just out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? 4 figures is not cutting it for me. I need to make Lord Hood. And that's exactly what I did. I painted Lord Hood in a matter of, I think it was 3 or 4 days. And he came out looking super sweet, fully painted face. And he's got the details on the hat, the little eagle and the little wings that you can see on the tip of it, all painted by me. And then the little like insignias that he's got going on, like the ranking on his, like the right side of his torso. You can see he's got it painted on there. It's microscopic details, but believe it or not, it was actually, for whatever reason, relatively simple for me to paint on, and I actually enjoyed painting it on. When I finally saw the end result, it looks pretty sweet, and you'll see it in much better detail in the actual video and in the photo that I post to Flickr, Twitter, and Bookface. And then he's got the Halo 2 M6C pistol, and funny thing behind this is Brickforge, obviously, like, you guys know Brickforge, they make the Spartan armor that I use for Chief. They made their own Halo 3 ODST version of this, and in Halo 3 ODST you have the same M6C Magnum, but it has a silencer on it, and I believe a sight. So pretty much what I did was, actually no, in Halo 3 ODST it doesn't have a sight, it just has the silencer, or the flashlight, I don't know why, but it had something on the bottom. No, it doesn't have well, it is silenced, but it doesn't actually have like a silencer. Anyway, there was something on the bottom of it, and it was pretty much the flashlight on the bottom that was a part of the mold that I cut off, and then I also cut off the top, and pretty much to make it a standard M6C pistol rather than the ones that the ODSTs used, because that's the way it was designed by Brickforge. He's got the neural interface on the back, and I made Lord Hood, man, and God, I really wish Lord Hood was in Halo 4, because if we had him over Captain Del Rio, I think I would have been so much happier with the overall new characters, because newcomers like Lasky were great and Sarah Palmer, but then Del Rio should have been Lord Hood, if you ask me. And yeah, but hopefully he'll be in Halo 5 Guardians. We'll find out next year. But yeah, so Minecraft, the new Lego Minecraft sets, they were released on Amazon, and the official date for them is not until the 15th. And as I've mentioned all year, my family and I, 11 months later, are still in this really crappy situation that has been inescapable, and hopefully it'll end eventually, because it is still affecting me, and to the point where now I can only pick up like about $110 worth of the new Minecraft sets. So pretty much that leaves me at either getting the end, the farm, and the cave, or the mine and the first night. And honestly, I really want to get the mine and the first night, but I'm seeing a lot of mixed opinions over Twitter and Facebook, because I did put up a poll. So I mean, I still have yet to decide, but when I do, I will definitely let you guys know on the Twitters. And yeah, so Minecraft reviews are going to happen, but now that they were released so suddenly, I was going to do the Achievement Hunter Micromom showcase, because, by the way, the Achievement Hunter Micromoms are completely finished in all their entirety. That's them right there, the full Achievement Hunter team. I've officially finished Ryan, and I've made Gavin and and Ray, and you've also got the Tower of Pimps, which has a freaking hair on it. But yeah, I mean, they're finished, but the thing is, these micro sets are released early, so I'm probably gonna have to review them first, and then I'll do the showcase on the Achievement Hunter micro mobs, or maybe I'll squeeze them in between reviews. I don't know, but they are done, and it's just a matter of where they're gonna fit into. Excuse me, into where they're gonna fit into my schedule. So yeah, I had to take a breath there. It got kind of bad. I talk way too fast. But yeah, so once the Master Chief Collection figures are done and the Achievement Hunter Micro Mobs are showcased, I can get back to focusing on some CW customs, which I have been working on. And as you guys know, I've been working on the Flash. And the Flash, pretty much all I have yet to do on the Grant Gustin version of the Flash here is pretty much just the detail, more detail on his back and more detail on his legs, and then he's ready to go. And one thing I am doing for the Flash that I hope that will work out, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually go through with it, because I did want to do the same thing on Oliver Queen, the Arrow, is I got this order in today. You can see I've got a Wild Style hood in there. What I want to do is, obviously in the Flash, his mask folds over. It's a hoodie, kind of like Captain America's suit was in the Avengers. So I want to make like a hoodie out of that hood of the Flash's costume, his mask, and then have a painted Barry Allen face with the spiked hair. And that's what I want to try to do. Can't guarantee it'll happen, but that's what I'm going to attempt. But as it stands right now, the Flash himself, just the minifigure alone, he is pretty close to being finished, and he shouldn't take too much longer. And I am also going to be including Captain Cold. Wentworth Miller is amazing as Captain Cold. The dude looks like Leonard Snart. He sounds like Leonard Snart, and he is honestly, I was blown away. I think he's great as Captain Cold, so I could not make him. And you can see he's got a painted Cape Madness trench coat, which has been modified. I cut off the bottom a lot, and I also cut a lot of the sides of it. And he's got the painted hood, the fully painted face, and the cold gun, which is actually, it's a Brick Warriors gun, and I forget what game it's actually from, but I know this gun is from a game. I know some of you guys out there will be familiar with it. If you can remember the exact game this is from, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I am drawing a blank. But this gun is the closest third-party weapon that I could find that resembles the cold gun that we see in the Flash. So I pretty much ordered this from my buddy Ryan over at Brick Warriors. I guess my buddy, I haven't really talked to him since Brick Fair, honestly. It's just, I ordered it from Ryan over at Brick Warriors, and yeah, you can see that I pretty much painted it to the best of my ability, and that includes the blue and the silver that you see on it, and along with the black on the very front of it. So Captain Cold, man, he turned out pretty awesome. Aside from the torso and legs, which I still have to do, he's going to be pretty cool to put us alongside the Flash. So there's that, and also, I've not been making a lot of progress on Arsenal lately. I mean, I did make his quiver recently, but Black Canary has been sitting around. I just have to paint the back of her torso once I can find a decent reference picture of that. And, yeah. So, that. Joe, are you still alive?
I sure am.
The thing about my vlogs is whenever I have somebody on, it's like there's either never anything for them to say, or I just never give them the chance to say anything. Would you like to use words, Joe?
I like the Arrow show.
Yeah, he finally started watching it about a month ago. I finally convinced him.
It's funny because I was like, that show's so dumb. That's on the crappy channel, and I watched it, and I'm like, what was I missing?
Yeah. It's a good show, man. It might not follow the comics, but that and the Flash are definitely... The CGI on the Flash, my God.
Did it right.
Yeah, I'm loving it so far. And the next episode, he's going to run up a freaking building, which is exciting. If I can freaking back up in my chair, it gets caught on the freaking floor. This Xbox One, which I was going to set up tonight, but unfortunately it didn't happen. I got in a little bit late. But, yeah, there it is. The Xbox One, Assassin's Creed Unity bundle. What the hell happened to my original Xbox One? I took it back, because as soon as I bought it, Microsoft the next day were like, hey, starting November 2nd, all Xbox Ones, $50 off. I'm like, haha, screw you. So I took my Xbox One back to Best Buy, and I exchanged it for a pre-order on this, and then I came back the next day, because I pre-ordered it on November 1st when I took it back, the original Xbox One back. And so I came back the next day, picked this thing up, and got the $50 off for the console and the $60 off for the actual game, because honestly, I was more than willing to sacrifice a physical copy of Assassin's Creed Unity if it means more Minecraft sets. So, that's why I did that. And I do have the pre-order on the Master Chief Collection, which is GameStop. So I'm going to be going to GameStop after watching Gotham tomorrow night. It's not really my tomorrow night, but it'll be your tomorrow night because, as I mentioned, I'm recording this vlog on Saturday, and this vlog is obviously going up tomorrow. So yeah, I think that's it. There's not much else I can go over other than I am so excited for the Master Chief Collection because it's like, now when Halo 5 Guardians comes out, no one will have any excuse to not be caught up with Master Chief's main story through the main 4 games. So I am so stoked that the original games are going to, Halo 1, Halo 3, and 4 are all going to have 60 frames per second, 1080p, and all of their amazingness, and the multiplayer is all there. And something that they announced recently is that their customization will be limited to where you no longer have unlockable armor that you have to achieve through getting ranks or getting achievements, but it's just all going to be available in sets. So you'll have like the Mark 6 set, you'll have the Operator set, you'll have like the War Master set, you'll have the Scout armor set, just sets of armor. So there's no, there's no competitive play. Granted, yeah, there is competitive play. What I mean by that, there's no rush to get anything. You got it all, and just enjoy the game, which I really appreciate because we already did all that. I already spent days and weeks getting armor in Halo 4 and months in Halo 3. I don't want to do it again, so I'm really excited about that aspect of the multiplayer. But in terms of the campaign, Blur did the cutscenes for Halo 2 Anniversary, and they are so beautiful and so realistic looking. I cannot wait to blow through the campaign and watch all those cutscenes. I can't believe that that's one of the main reasons I'm looking forward to the Master Chief Collection is just those updated cutscenes and all of their motion captured and enhanced and revamped glory done by Blur Studios. My freaking words are a blur, let me tell you. But yeah, Halo 2 Anniversary. It was just the beginning of this year when 343 was shooting down any rumors that it might happen. And then it's like, E3, here's all 4 games, and Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo Nightfall, and Halo 5 Guardians Beta. Holy crap, this is happening. And then Assassin's Creed Unity, and I'm going to have to somehow find a balance between Assassin's Creed Unity, the Master Chief Collection, doing videos. It's like madness. But yeah, man, Joe is going to be playing Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, which is the one game that I'm unfortunately going to have to skip out on because, yeah, it's just, the problem is, if I want to get as many Minecraft reviews done, it's like I kind of had to put Lego Batman 3 and Plastic Man on the back burner, unfortunately. But, yeah, man, Joe, what's up?
It's going to be a busy week come Monday night.
Yeah, man. It's going to be freaking nuts. And I have to go over here. I have to, you see, like, I have my Xbox 360 set up here in all of its dusty glory. And Destiny, which I stopped playing. And it pretty much, I have all of this set up. And it's not really set up. It's just like my tumbler under bubble wrap underneath this Minecraft toy set with the Steve and the horse. And I got to somehow disconnect my Xbox 360 because all the wires are running from there, under there somewhere, so I gotta pull out all these boxes, and you can see where I place the ghost. That's clearly what I think of Rebels. I think that goes to show. Rebels. But, yeah, so that's pretty much it for this vlog, guys, and all of my aunt's weird antiques to accompany me, and, I'll catch you guys later. Joe, say bye.
Bye, guys.
Alright, Master Chief Collection tomorrow night. Hey. Bye.